The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face.
Okay. So this must be an important part of the story. I wonder what older Luca looks like.
The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials.
Right?
Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy.
Yep.
You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what?
Exactly.
The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us.
See, okay, we're gonna continue with this, but I have some choice. Yeah, okay.
Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see.
Okay.
Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went.
He limped into the room? Interesting. Interesting, okay.
He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope.
Okay.
It was his parents, fighting.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this.
See, okay, yeah. In the last episode, I touched on being righteous and want to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do without considering or weighing the options. Yeah, but let's continue.
She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people.
As a doctor, let the correct officials do the saving the day part. You know what I mean? Not that he's not wrong for wanting to do the right thing or doing the right thing, but it's in how he chose to do it. Yeah, okay, continue, let's go.
I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading, I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
And again, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is people like that only see things in black and white, and they're unable to see the shades of gray in between, allowing them to calculate their moves. Cause see, he probably just went in there guns a-blazing, accusing Sharper Valentine of what's going on, and whatever he did, he got his own self killed for being reckless. And because Nuncreed was a spineless bastard like Augustus, you know what I'm saying? Like, it led to these things when in truth it didn't have to go this way. Because he was so dead set on trying to stop the bad guy, again, at any cost. That makes sense. And it's in how you do it, because sometimes, yeah, the powers that be, it's hard to stop them when you have principalities in high places and you can't really fight them directly. You have to find other ways of bringing them down, but you have to be smart and calculated with how you do it. It may be the slower route, but in most cases, it's the smarter route. And yeah, some other people may get hurt along the way, and that's not cool. That's still not cool. Still doesn't make it right. But at the end of the day, you can walk away with your life and dignity intact, knowing that you did the right thing, bringing down an oppressor. You know, God. Let's continue. I'm so sorry.
I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this.
See?
Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes.
That part. I ain't mad at her. She right though.
What about our son?
Yep, because she is able to see the inherent danger. Like, yes, you know, don't get involved. I mean, don't say don't get involved. Just be like, you know, let's think about this. Let's find another way. Let's get help. You know, let's find resources. Let's build a case. But here we go with this shit. But continue.
Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile.
Walt, you fool.
Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on?
And that's the last time you see your child. You remember seeing your little boy like this, you know? Like, that's just, oh my God, this is horrible.
Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
Okay.
Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in.
Mm-hmm.
Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise?
And a promise that was never kept.
Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
And then you understand the older Luca, how he looked at it and saw that his father abandoned them, but at the same time, you know, yeah, it's his father didn't technically abandon them. He basically went to go confront an evil too big for him to handle. And the price he pays is that he left his wife and son behind, and his mother behind. So now it's more of a, it's not he abandoned him, but it wasn't by his choice. It was just he was so dead set on being right or seeking justice, which again is nothing wrong with that. It's just it's how you have to do it. You must be cunning. You can't just be brash and bold and reckless because Exhibit A. Oh.
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
In comes a new challenger.
It stood above them, lingering in contemplation.
It? Okay.
Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off! Get your hands off me!
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two have certainly caused a commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were sleeping, minding our own business. About to die from hypothermia, you should thank him because he saved your life, or her. You're the one running around and knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Icky. You're so calm. You didn't hurt anybody. Well, he said nobody, but he said anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, or better than me, you?
When it came to complete strangers, Icky had trouble cobbling together an insult.
I like she said cobbling together. You big-headed, scarf-necked furball. I love it. He said, Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit. I love it, temperature. I usually just say, let's lower. I usually joke around and say, are you getting altitude with me? You better lower your altitude. But I like how he says temperature. Interesting choice of words, Luca. Interesting choice of words. There you go. I mean, let's just calm down. There you go. Who are you? A friend. And an observer. I've been up. It's a long day. I'm not bored. It's just been a long day. Oh, wow. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibilities. Well, okay. Mr. Infinite Possibilities. Or Mrs. Great. How about a name? If you must call me by something, you can call me Nate. Ah, dude.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
Ah. How about you make it like a gnat and buzz off, right? Very well.
Natt began to turn away indifferently.
Nat. I said Nate. Sorry, Nat. Wait. Okay. Do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here, right? You gotta help us, and you're gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. All right, that's it. Luca, I don't think he knows about you, right? I don't know about you, sorry. But I'm getting out of here one way or another. That's right.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Natt relented.
Very well. I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors, right? Yeah, Nat, come on. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Natt took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes. Okay.
Natt exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment,
They're in the same pot. They're in the same spot.
Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to
Oh,
unfold.
this dick.
Until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place.
'Cause you're home. It's Beacon Pines. But in another dimension, I guess?
Cold and disheartened.
Right? This is your home. But how? This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time gate and the Whipwood, right? Well, time travel gate. Or we teleported through an alternate universe, right? Or is this all just a cruel, right, explanation by Kerr and his goons, right? Experiment by Kerr and his goons, and this is true, but, you know, like, what the hell? But this is not our home, right? You're inching closer to the truth. Also, the reality is much less, oh, wow. Just give it to us straight. Yes. You know what the sad part is? I hate when people do that, because I understand sometimes people do that to ease you into something. But honestly, right now I'm in a bad situation, and the last thing I need is a riddle. Just tell me what I need to know. I may not like it. I may have to adjust to the dynamic. I may have to try to brace myself for impact, but the straight answer is better. But this is just good storytelling, so I ain't mad at it that much. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pine. Okay, we got that. The original true Beacon Pine? Bitch, say what? Like, what? The original true... Okay, let's continue. Find a way home? Okay. You both grew up here. But the town you call your home, oh, for the past several years, is a replica? Beck said in the last episode, this place looks like a replica of home, right? So this is the original Beacon Pines. Okay, dude, explain. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair. Yes, it is a remarkable achievement of engineering. But a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. Exactly. That's too much work. Exactly. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Exactly. Indeed, to pull off such a feat, one would require immense labor power. The which of that could move that which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would be with duplicates. Will require a precise duplicates. That is so interesting. We would have noticed, right? Right? Someone would have noticed, exactly. You'd think so, unless an audit was you're right. Oh, was impeccable. This is true. A mind-numbing attention to detail. The clipboards. That's why they're constantly asking questions. To make sure that everything is exactly the same. Okay. Touché. As for the immovable trivialities which would complete the tapestry. Wow. Just wow. Okay. Well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. Right? The brain has a wonderful way... Excuse me. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges to keeping us sane. Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved all of us and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is one of the questions that can never be answered with certainty. This is... Well, no, because there's got to be something. Okay. Okay. The best one can only the best one can do is uncover.
Natt narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. They're nearby the source where the grandmother threw in the torch. Why did you say the source like that? Exactly. Why indeed?
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
That's all ridiculous. I mean, it's all ridiculous. There's no way that
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation.
Mm-hmm.
With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this is really home,
He sprinted off into the pale
his
distance.
father. I know where he's going.
As Iggy turned to follow, Natt called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through the whipwood. That's ominous.
Chapter 6. The Source. Natt expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
Wow.
He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies.
Right.
The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy.
Right? Because of the stuff he fell in.
It all seemed to point to perennial harvest.
Yep.
But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
His father's grave, I knew it.
Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
His father
His
is
numb
there.
hands hit something hard. A headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time, I thought I was visiting you. But you were here alone in the snow. Oh, Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you run off and give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Oh, bet you it's those guys in the suits. We gotta hide. Knew it. 259K. Oh, look, it went up. Fallout Descent still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You think about you ever think what we did here? He feels guilty. We saved the whole town of people. Definitely feels like sometimes doesn't feel like it sometimes, excuse me. What about everything we left behind? Oh wow, that this grave this grave is of someone's family. The people who love them will never know the truth. If you just turn left to the bush there, you just might be proven wrong, my friend. The truth is overrated. Wow, okay.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey. Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world? Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Weirdo, exactly.